What's up, guys? I have a bold prediction to make for the year of 2025. There will be a huge resurgence in folk music in 2025, and I've got three great reasons for why I believe this to be true. My name is Kev Rowe. I'm a working singer-songwriter. I've got over 150 songs on Spotify. I'm a playlist curator on Submit Hub, and I've got over 6 million streams at this point. So check out my music if you get a chance. Let's get straight to reason number one why I believe 2025 is going to be a huge year for folk music. The first one, A Complete Unknown, the Bob Dylan biopic that was just released on Christmas Day and features Timothée Chalamet, is incredible. A great movie documenting a certain period in Bob Dylan's life when he was the folk guy. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, it really is great, very inspiring. I was particularly impressed with Ed Norton, I'm pretty sure that's his name, his version of Pete Seeger. Wow. He's going to definitely get the supporting actor for the Oscars this year in that role. He did an incredible job as Pete Seeger and encompassing the ideology of the 60s folk movement, the social consciousness, the political values, even better than Timothée Chalamet as Bob Dylan. Now, not to take away from his performance, which was incredible too, and I want to say a lot about that. He did a great job being Timothée Chalamet as Bob Dylan. And what I mean by that is Bob Dylan is a weird dude, right? He's got all sorts of different ways of talking, and his sense of humor is weird, and he's dark, and he's out there. And there are a lot of things that Timothée Chalamet could have done to overdo his performance of Bob Dylan, but he didn't. He did Bob Dylan as himself, and I loved it. It was incredible. Really, why it was so great was because the music. This movie, A Complete Unknown, was all about the music. The musical performances that he did in this movie were really well done. And they did like complete songs. About half the movie is music of him performing like acoustic folk versions of Bob Dylan songs. And I'm talking about all the greatest hits, you know? So, yeah, hats off to Timothée Chalamet as Bob Dylan. That was like incredible. So, what this does is right away in 2025, it gets folk music into the consciousness, is that the word, of America and the world. It makes them thinking about folk music and the 60s acoustic scene in Greenwich Village in New York City, and the hippie movement in the late 60s and early 70s, and back when music really represented something, right? So, yes, that's my reason number one. Is Bob Dylan's biopic out now, A Complete Unknown by Timothée Chalamet. Reason number two why I believe the rise of folk music is going to be here in 2025, and that is AI music and production value. Now hear me out on this one. AI music is making it so that people can create volumes of music that is basically passive music. So it's instrumental music, highly produced pop music, dance music, house music. Basically, what AI music is making available is it's really easy to crank out a lot of high produced music. High produced. What is folk music? Folk music is usually not highly produced. It's a guy with an acoustic guitar singing songs that came straight from his brain, straight from his heart, and straight from God, if you're a believer. Folk music is about the message. AI music is not about the message. No AI program, app, software, music production software can come up with a great, unique message. For example, like Bob Dylan's lyrics. No AI music's going to ever be able to do that. And as AI music rises, and becomes popular and then super unpopular, trust me, it's only going to be here for a couple years. Don't get me wrong, AI music will have its place in society, but before you know it, you'll be able to recognize AI music immediately as you hear it. Like I do it now as a playlist curator on Submit Hub. I hear AI music every once in a while, maybe one every, I don't know, 20 songs, and I immediately recognize it because it's overproduced, it has no message, it's extremely void of emotion and dynamics, and it will have its place in society. But as a playlist curator, I've been able to recognize it. Now I know it within 1 second. It's AI music. You will too. You'll be able to recognize AI music like just like that. And you go, oh yeah, that's AI music. And this is real music. Bob Dylan. And folk music. So folk musicians write from the heart. They write well-crafted chord progressions around emotions and social issues and political statements. And you might have musicians out here writing about mental health and the current things that are going on in our society. And AI music cannot do that. It just doesn't have the heart and soul of a folk musician. So those are my first two reasons. Bob Dylan's biopic, A Complete Unknown, and AI music, right? So the third and also very important reason why I believe we're going to have a rise in AI music here, or a rise in folk music here in 2025, is the oversaturated social media space. Now let's think about the ways that music is distributed and spread on the internet right now. With TikTok, hopefully gets banned soon, Instagram, YouTube, social media, everything is starting to be oversaturated. All of the quality, and value that is found on these websites in terms of music is going down, because production is so easily done. People spend way small amount of time writing songs and way too much time distributing and marketing and promoting their music. That's probably a different video. But anyway, way too much noise, way too much clutter. People are tired of all this social media content. And what do they want? A unilateral, focused voice with meaning, and that has value, that resonates with them in their personal lives. And nothing does that better than folk music, because it's a clear voice from a folk musician spreading what they believe, usually stripped down to an acoustic guitar and a voice. There's almost no more pure meaning in getting out music. So yeah, everything's too cluttered out here. People are dying for meaning. They want to know, how can I make sense of everything that I'm seeing? All the politics, all the hate, all the products and advertising, and all the content. Like, people's minds are blowing from all of this stuff that we've been consuming over the last 10, 15 years. And they want meaning. And where will they find meaning? In folk music in 2025. So those are my three reasons. Let's recap. The Bob Dylan documentary that just came out by Timothée Chalamet, A Complete Unknown. That's reason number one. It brings folk music to the forefront in people's minds and gets them thinking, man, those were the good old days. Number two, AI music and overdone production value. Like, the production value has been getting easier and easier literally for the last 25 years. So it's just not AI music. It also has to do with home studios and the way that people make music. Way too many instruments, way too production. People want an acoustic guitar and vocals. And number 3, the oversaturated social media space with way too much content. People want meaning in their lives, and they're going to find it one way or another. So if you're a folk musician, this is your year, my friend. Like, your songs are about to blow up. If you're curious what my music is like, check me out on Spotify. Just look up Kev Rowe and subscribe to my channel here if you want to hear more folk music. I'll talk to you later. Bye.